Dear students, in previous classes, we have already discussed the very basic definition of trigonometric function extended from 0 degree to 360 डिग्री। प्रीवियस क्लास में हम लोग डिस्कशन कर चुके हैं ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक फंक्शन चैप्टर में। ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक फंक्शन फ्रॉम 0 डिग्री टू 360 डिग्री, ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिकल आइडेंटिटीज जैसे कि साइन स्क्वायर एक्स प्लस कॉस स्क्वायर एक्स इक्वल टू 1, सेक स्क्वायर एक्स माइनस कोसेक स्क्वायर एक्स इक्वल टू 1, sec square x minus tan square x equal to 1 and cosec square x minus cot square x equal to 1. Values of different trigonometric function जैसे कि sin 0, sin pi by 2, sin pi, sin 3 pi by 2, sin twice pi. Similarly, cos 0, cos pi by 2, cos pi, cos 3 pi by 2 and values of cos 2 pi. Next, ये भी हम लोग डिस्कशन कर चुके हैं जो डिफरेंट क्वाड्रेंट में कोई भी ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक फंक्शन का साइन किस प्रकार होते हैं। टुडे सब्जेक्ट ऑफ डिस्कशन डोमेन ऑफ ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक फंक्शन, रेंज ऑफ ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक फंक्शन, graph of trigonometric function and problem solving from exercise 3.2. Again repeat this, today's subject of discussion domain of trigonometric function, range, graph of trigonometric function and problem solving from exercise 3.2. Dear students, previous class में हम लोग डिस्कशन कर चुके हैं डे टू डे लाइफ में ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक फंक्शन का वेरियस एप्लीकेशन के बारे में। एंटायर ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक फंक्शन चैप्टर का बेसिक कॉन्सेप्शन इस डायग्राम से हम लोग फिर भी एक बार डिस्कशन करते हैं। लेट अस कंसीडर टू म्यूचुअली परपेंडिकुलर स्ट्रेट लाइन x डैश o and x and y o y dash. Two mutually perpendicular line x dash o and x. Another mutually perpendicular line जैसे कि y o and y dash. Let us consider a line y equal to 1. Radius of the circle is equal to 1, so line y equal to 1 will be this line y equal to 1. Another line x equal to 1, the line represented by this line represents x equal to 1. Let us consider a tangent point of contact is A. A is the point of contact of the tangent. This tangent D and E. A is the point of contact. Let us consider a line, rotating line, which passing through origin and it makes an angle, positive angle, with initial line equal to x. Let us consider this point, this line, extended line meets the line x equal to 1 at the point B. And the extended line meet the y equal to 1 at the point C. The tangent meet the x-axis at the point E. At the point E. And this point is represented by Q. Let us consider a perpendicular drawn from the point A to N. Drawn from A to N, we also draw a perpendicular from A on y-axis by B N. Dear students, this conception is very important conception. Really, different trigonometric function geometrically, जैसे कि sin x is nothing but a length represented by this diagram equal to AM. Sin x is equal to the length AM in a unit radius circle. Sin x is equal to AM. That means sin x is the ordinate of the point A. Sin x is the ordinate of the point A. And tan x in this diagram, the length B and P. Again, the length B and P represents by tan x. That means tan x is equivalent to the length of BP. Very important conception, students. Cosec x equal to the length of O and D. This length is OD is equal to cosec x. Cosec x equal to O and D. Similarly, cos x equal to the abscissa of the point A. That means AN equal to OM. AN equal to OM. That means OM equal to AN. Represented by cos x. And cot x equal to, that means cot x equal to C and Q. This length represented by cot x. This length represented by cos x. C and Q. Sec x equal to O and E. From this length is equal to sec x. This is the geometrical interpretation of various trigonometric functions. This is geometrical interpretation. Of various trigonometric functions. ऑलरेडी वी डिस्कस्ड, हम लोग अभी डिस्कशन कर चुके हैं जो वेरियस ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक फंक्शन जियोमेट्रिकली इसका क्या इंटरप्रिटेशन है, क्या मीनिंग है। यूनिट रेडियस सर्कल में साइन एक्स इक्वल टू लेंथ ऑफ ए एम, साइन एक्स इक्वल टू लेंथ ऑफ ए एम, tan x इक्वल टू लेंथ ऑफ बी पी, tan x इक्वल टू लेंथ BP is equal to tan x, and cosec x equal to OD. This length represent cosec x. Cos x equal to AM, that means this cos x equal to A and N. This length is represented by cos x, which is equal to OM. Cot x equal to length CQ. Cot x equal to length CQ. This length represented by cot x CQ equal to cot x. Sec x equal to O and E. This length. That means abscissa of the point E represented by sec x. Abscissa of the point C represented by cot x, and abscissa of the point A represented by cos x. Similarly, ordinate of the point A is represented by sin x. Ordinate of the point B is represented by tan x, and ordinate of the point D is represented by cosec x. This is the very important conception and the geometrical interpretation of various trigonometric function, जैसे कि sin x, cos x, and cosec x, tan x, then cosec x, sec x, and cot x. 6 trigonometric function का geometrical interpretation. Next discussion, domain of trigonometric function, domain and range of trigonometric function. Very important conception, domain and range of trigonometric function. Domain and range of trigonometric function. Domain and range. Domain and range. फंक्शन चैप्टर में ऑलरेडी you are familiar with the definition of domain and range. This is very important conception. कोई भी trigonometric फंक्शन का डोमेन एंड रेंज क्या है? A very important conception. Let us discuss. अभी हम लोग डिस्कशन करेंगे domain and range of trigonometric function. By a table, let us consider this is serial number. This represents the function, this function, then domain, and then range of trigonometric function. Domain and range of trigonometric function. Range of trigonometric function. We represent this in a table. First, f of x equal to sin x. Let f of x equal to sin x. Function equal to sin x. The function sin x. Domain of sin x equal to r. That means from minus infinity to plus infinity, any values is equal to the domain of trigonometric function sin x. Sin x function का domain r, set of real number, minus infinity to plus infinity, and range of trigonometric function is minus 1 less than equal to sin x less than equal to 1. Range of sin x equal to minus 1 to plus 1. That means maximum value, sin x maximum value is 1 and minimum value equal to minus 1. And all the values of sin x lies between minus 1 to 1. Next, cos x, function cos x. The domain of cos x is equal to r. The domain of cos x equal to r. That means minus infinity to plus infinity, and range of cos x is also minus 1 less than equal to cos x less than equal to 1. Next, then tan x, function tan x. The domain of tan x is equal to r minus 2n plus 1 into pi by 2. 2n minus 1, 2n plus 1 into pi by 2. R minus 2n plus 1 into pi by 2, where n belongs to I, set of integer. And range of tan x equal to r. That means minus infinity to plus infinity. क्यों? tan x फंक्शन का डोमेन क्यों r minus 2n plus 1 into pi by 2? क्योंकि tan x equal to sin x by cos x. When cos x equal to 0, this implies x equal to 2n plus 1 into pi by 2. ऑलरेडी प्रीवियस क्लास में हम लोग डिस्कशन कर चुके हैं. cos x equal to 0, तो x equal to 2n plus 1 into pi by 2. If cos x equal to 0, the function tan x equal to undefined. But domain is the collection of defined value. That's why इसीलिए r minus 2n plus 1 into pi by 2 is the domain of tan x, and range equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. Next, tan x, then cosec x, domain of function cosec x. We write this, n belongs to I. The domain of cosec x equal to r minus n pi, where n belongs to I. Cosec x equal to 1 by sin x. Cosec x equal to 1 by sin x. If sin x equal to 0, then sin x equal to 0, this implies x equal to n pi. But sin x equal to 0, cosec x equal to undefined. That's why इसीलिए range domain of cosec x equal to r minus n pi, and range of cosec x equal to minus infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity. Again, range of cosec x is equal to minus infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity. This is the domain and range of the function cosec x. Next, then sec x, then domain of sec x, cosec x, then sec x. Cosec x equal to 1 by cosec x equal to 1 by cos x. Sec x equal to 1 by sec x equal to 1 by cos x. Now cos x equal to 0. Cos x equal to 0 implies x equal to 2n plus 1 into pi by 2. इसलिए डोमेन r sec x फंक्शन का डोमेन r माइनस 2n plus 1 into pi by 2. n belongs to I. And range of sec x is similar to function cosec x. Minus infinity to minus 1, then a union, then 1 to infinity. Next, domain and range of cot x. Domain and range of cot x. Cot x equal to cos x by sin x. Cot x equal to cos x by sin x. Cot x equal to cos x by sin x. If sin x equal to 0, this implies x equal to n pi. That's why domain of cot x equal to r minus n pi, provided n belongs to I, and range of cot x is r minus infinity to plus infinity. Range of cot x equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. Again, we discuss this. This is very important conception. Domain and range of 6 trigonometric function. Domain of sin x function is r, that means minus infinity to plus infinity. Range of sin x is equal to minus 1 to plus 1. Domain of cos x is r, that means minus infinity to plus infinity. And range of r is minus 1 to plus 1. That means value of cos x lies between minus 1 to 1. Next, domain of tan x equal to r minus 2n plus 1 into pi by 2. Keep it in mind. Tan x equal to sin x by cos x. Tan x equal to sin x by cos x. If cos x equal to 0, then tan x function is undefined. For defined value, we eliminate the value, we discarded the value r minus 2n plus 1 into pi by 2, where n belongs to I. Range of tan x is r minus infinity to plus infinity. Domain of cosec x r minus n pi, क्योंकि cosec x इक्वल टू 1 by sin x. If sin x equal to 0, then cosec x is undefined. That's why the domain of cosec x is r minus n pi, where n belongs to I. And range of cosec x equal to minus infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity. Again minus infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity. Domain of sec x is r minus 2n plus 1 into pi by 2 क्योंकि sec x equal to 1 by cos x. If cos x equal to 0, then sec x is undefined. That's why r minus 2n plus 1 into pi by 2. n belongs to I. Minus infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity. The range of sec x function. Domain of cot x is equal to r minus n pi क्योंकि cot x equal to cos x by sin x. If sin x equal to 0, then cot x function is undefined. Therefore, domain of cot x equal to r minus n pi, n belongs to I, and range of cot x r minus infinity to plus infinity. This conception is very important conception. Entire मैथमेटिक्स का डिफरेंट फील्ड में ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक फंक्शन का डोमेन एंड रेंज का यूटिलिटी है. इसलिए डोमेन एंड रेंज ऑफ ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक फंक्शन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्शन. नेक्स्ट, द ग्राफ ऑफ ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक फंक्शन. वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग स्टूडेंट्स. कैसे डिफरेंट ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक फंक्शन का ग्राफ स्टेप बाय स्टेप हम लोग डिस्कशन करते हैं. जैसे फर्स्ट ग्राफ ऑफ साइन एक्स फंक्शन, ग्राफ ऑफ y इक्वल टू साइन एक्स, ग्राफ ऑफ y इक्वल टू साइन एक्स. फ्री हैंड ड्राइंग कैसे साइन एक्स का ग्राफ ड्रॉ किया जा सकता है, फ्री हैंड ड्राइंग में देखिए. जैसे कि लेट अस कंसीडर ए लाइन, and this represents y o y dash. This represents y o and y dash, y o y dash. This represents x dash o and x dash o x. For clear understanding, let us consider a line. Let us consider a line y equal to 1. The line is parallel to x-axis. And let us consider a line y equal to minus 1. We extended this line y equal to minus 1 below the x-axis. Now equal interval, let us consider this represents by pi by 2, then this represents pi, then this represents 3 pi by 2, then this represents twice pi, and this represents 5 pi by 2. Here minus pi by 2, this represents minus pi by 2, this represents pi minus pi, then this minus 3 pi by 2, and this represents minus twice pi. We extended this line, and this minus 5 pi by 2. The graph of trigonometric function is increasing from 0 to pi by 2. It takes the max value, then it is decreasing. In pi, the value of sin x equal to 0, then this value is minimum value is 3 pi by 2, then again it pass by twice pi, value of twice pi equal to 0, and then it takes max value at pi by 2. We define by this arrow. Similarly, in negative direction, the value of sine x equal to -1 in minus pi by 2, minus pi value of sine x equal to 0, and 3 pi by 2 minus 3 pi by 2 value is +1, and in minus twice pi this value equal to 0, and in 5 pi by 2 this value again, this value is -1. This value is -1. Again, the value of sin x is increasing from 0 to pi by 2. We can derive very much important formula from this graph. The sin x is increasing from 0 to pi by 2. Then it attains the max value at pi by 2. Sin pi by 2 equal to 1. This value equal to 1. Then value of sin x is decreasing from pi by 2 to pi. Then it takes the mean value at 3 pi by 2, that means -1. This distance equal to -1. Then it's again increasing twice pi equal to 0. Then increasing and takes the value, max value equal to 1. From this graph, sin x function is continuous function. Sin x function is continuous function. ग्राफ में -∞ to +∞, ग्राफ में कोई काटिंग और कोई ब्रेक नहीं है, इसलिए sin x function is continuous function and its nature is very like wave nature. Nature of sin x is just like a wave nature. This is the graph of the function sin x. This is the graph of the function sin x. Next, we draw the graph of cos x. We draw the graph of cos x. For cos x, we delete this part. The graph will be in another format, but frame will be same. The graph of cos x. Now we discuss the graph of cos x. Here also two lines. One is x dash o x, another is y o y dash. Value of cos x or diagram of cos x is little different from sin x. क्योंकि cos x value of cos x takes max value at x equal to 0, then it decreases. That means value of cos 0 equal to 1, here this is equal to 1. Then value of cos x is decreasing at pi by 2, it attains the value 0. Then again decreasing its value at pi, the value of cos x equal to -1. Then 3 pi by 2, it attains the value 0. Then at 2 pi, it attains the value max value 1. Then 5 pi by 2, its value is again 0. And 3 pi, then 3 pi, this value is again minus. Then 5 pi by 2, then pi by 2, that means this value 3 pi. Value of cos pi equal to -1. Value of cos 0 equal to 1. Value of cos pi by 2 equal to 0. Cos 3 pi by 2 equal to 0. Cos 5 pi by 2 equal to 0. Value of twice pi equal to 1. Similarly, in negative direction, the value of minus pi is equal to -1. Then it passes through again 3 pi by 2. Then it takes max value. Then value is. This is the graph of cos x. This is the graph of cos x. From this graph, we analyze something. Value of cos 0 is 1, cos pi by 2 equal to 0, cos 3 pi by 2 equal to 0, cos 5 pi by 2 equal to 0. Value of cos x equal to minus 1, value of twice pi equal to plus 1, value of pi cos pi equal to minus 1 and twice pi equal to plus 1. Similarly, value of cos minus pi equal to minus 1, value of minus 2 pi equal to plus 1, minus pi by 2, value of cos minus pi by 2 equal to 0, minus 3 pi by 2 equal to 0, and minus 5 pi by 2 equal to 0. This is the graph of cos x. Now we discuss the graph of tan x. For drawing the graph of tan x का ग्राफ ड्रॉ करने के लिए different freehand drawing. Let us consider a line here. Let us consider another line here. This y and this o and this y dash. We take a line, this pi by 2, this x dash, this x, this pi by 2, and this value is pi, this value is 3 pi by 2, and this value is twice pi. Here minus pi by 2, this minus pi, this value minus 3 pi by 2, and here this value is minus twice pi. We draw a line pi by 2, passing through pi by 2. Then again line passing through 3 pi by 2. We draw a line passing through minus pi by 2, and again draw a line passing through 3 pi by 2. The nature of the graph tan x, graph of tan x. The value of tan x at x equal to 0, but value of tan pi by 2 equal to infinity. That's why tan x, graph of tan x is just like this. Again, the value of tan x, it passes through pi and this value equal to this. Similarly, minus pi by 2, it will be again infinity when passing through pi, the value equal to this. And here, this value minus 3 by 2, and again it passes through twice pi. From this graph, we derive some important things. That means in tan pi by 2 at x equal to pi by 2, value of tan x is undefined, and value of minus pi by 2 is infinity value, and value of minus pi by 2 equal to minus infinity, and value of tan 0 equal to 0, value of tan pi equal to pi, value of tan 2 pi equal to pi. That's why tan x equal to 0, we derive x equal to n pi, where n belongs to I. That means 0, pi and twice pi, value is 0. Similarly, minus pi and minus 2 pi, value is 0. This is the graph of tan x function. Next, we draw the graph of cot x. Next, graph of cot x. y equal to cot x. The graph of cot x is a little different from tan x. This line, and let us consider this line, this y dash, and this value x dash o x dash o x. This equal to pi by 2. This equal to pi by 2. And here pi. Here 3 pi by 2. Then twice. Similarly, minus pi by 2. The value is minus pi. And here minus 3 pi by 2. And minus twice pi. We draw a line. This. Then we draw a line passing through twice pi. We draw a line passing through minus pi, and we also draw a line minus twice pi. The value of cot 0 equal to cos 0 by sin 0 equal to 1 by 0, that means undefined. And value of cos pi by 2, value of cot pi by 2 equal to cos pi by 2 by sin pi by 2 equal to 0 by 1 equal to 0. That's why the graph of at 0 point value of cot x equal to undefined. That means value of cot x equal to this. Again it passing through pi by 2, then again 3 pi by 2, then 3 pi by 2. Graph is this. Similarly in minus pi by 2, tan minus cot minus pi by 2, it is also 0, and it passing through the point, that means minus pi by 2. The value of graph will be in this way, and similarly in minus 3 pi, the value of this. This is the graph of cot x. Cot 0 is equal to undefined, cot pi by 2 equal to 0. Then again cot 3 pi by 2 equal to 0. Similarly cot minus pi by 2 equal to 0, cot minus 3 pi by 2 is equal to 0. We derive various values from y equal to cot x. That means graph of cot x. This is the graph of cot x. Next, we will discuss the graph of cosec x. For drawing the graph of cosec x, first we draw the graph of sin x. Let us consider two mutually perpendicular lines. Y dash. Here this is pi by 2, this is pi by 2, this pi, and this value 3 pi by 2, then this twice pi, then 5 pi by 2, then again 3 pi. Similarly, minus pi by 2, then minus pi, then minus 3 pi by 2, then minus 3 pi by 2, then minus twice pi, then minus twice pi, and minus 5 pi by 2. We take here minus 3 pi by minus pi, then minus 3 pi by 2, then here minus twice pi, and here minus 5 pi by 2. 2 minus 5 pi by 2. This x dash and this x. The total parts is parts. Minus 5 pi by 2 and this x dash. Minus 5 pi by 2 and this represents minus 3 pi. We draw a line parallel to x-axis. We draw a line parallel to x-axis. This is x. This line is y equal to 1. Y equal to 1. We draw another line which is parallel to x-axis but below the x-axis, and this represents y equal to minus 1. This y equal to minus 1. If we draw the graph of sine x, the graphs will be in this way. Graphs ऐसे बनेगा pi by 2, then pi, then 3 pi by 2, then twice pi, then 5 pi by 2, then 3 pi, then minus pi by 2, then minus pi, then minus 3 pi by 2, minus twice pi, then it will be minus pi by 2, then minus 3 pi, then minus 3 pi. Here we draw a line in this way. This line, we draw a line in this way. We draw a line this way. This line, and again we draw the line this, and we will draw the line this. Value of cosec x equal to graph of cosec x equal to this, and graph of cosec x equal to, we draw here the graph of cosec x equal to this. In lower half, the graph of cosec x equal to this. Here the graph of cosec x equal to this, and graph of cosec x in this part equal to this. Similarly, in this part, the graph of cosec x equal to this. Now, the real graph of cosec x, after deleting the graph of sine x, we get the real graph of cosec x, this. We draw the graph of sine x, then this. That means from analysis of the graph, we see that जो value of cosec x always greater than 1, and values of cosec x is also greater than 1, and values of cosec x from -1 to minus infinity. This is the graph of cosec x. The graph of sec x is very similar to the graph of sec x is very similar to the graph of cosec x. First draw the graph of cos x, then in upper part again draw the sec in this way. This will give the graph of sec x. First draw the graph of cos x, then in this graph, then again draw the graph of sec x. Now this is the end of the graph. Now we solve some problem from the exercise 3.2. इसके बाद हम लोग एक्सरसाइज से कुछ प्रॉब्लम हम लोग डिस्कशन करेंगे. एक्सरसाइज 3.2 से कुछ प्रॉब्लम हम लोग डिस्कशन करेंगे. जैसे कि एक्सरसाइज 3.2 लिसन वेरी केयरफुली. प्रॉब्लम नंबर 1, cos x equal to minus half. Statement of the question: find the values of other trigonometric functions. Values of other trigonometric function. We know the identity cos x equal to minus f. We know the identity sin square x plus cos square x equal to 1. Therefore, sin x equal to root under 1 minus cos square x, root under 1 minus cos square x equal to root under 1 minus half whole square equal to 1 minus 1 by 4 equal to plus minus, this will be root 3 by 4, 4 minus 1, 3 by 4 equal to plus minus root 3 by. Here x lies on third quadrant. Then these students, x lies in third quadrant. All sine, tan and cos. X lies in third quadrant, and third quadrant is the quadrant of tan x. Therefore, values of sin x, as x is in third quadrant, as x is in third quadrant, therefore, cosine sin x equal to minus root 3 by 2. Therefore, we derive the result sin x equal to minus root 3 by 2. Cosec x equal to minus 2 by root 3, and value of cos x equal to minus 1 by 2, values of sec x equal to minus 2, and similarly values of tan x equal to sin x by cos x. Therefore, minus root 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2 equal to root 3, and values of cot x equal to 1 by root 3. Values of sin x equal to root 3 by 2 minus root 3 by 2. Values of cosec x equal to minus 2 by root 3. Values of cos x equal to minus 1 by 2. Values of sec x equal to minus 2. Tan x equal to root 3, and cot x equal to 1 by root 3. This is the end of the problem number 1. We discussed the problem number 5. Exercise 3.2, problem number 5. Statement of the problem number 5. Tan x equal to minus 5 by 12. Tan x equal to minus 5 by 12. We know that sec square x minus tan square x equal to 1. Therefore, sec x equal to root under 1 plus tan square x. Root under 1 plus tan square x equal to 1 plus minus 5 by 12 whole square. Minus 5 by 12 whole square equal to 1 plus 25 by 144 equal to 169 by 144 equal to plus minus 13 by 12. Plus minus 13 by 12. As x lies in second quadrant. Therefore, value of sec x equal to negative. That means value of sec x equal to minus 13 by 12. Values of sec x equal to minus 13 by 12, and values of cos x equal to minus 12 by 13. Similarly, values of sin x equal to tan x into cos x, sin by cos into cos, values of sin x. Now values of tan x equal to minus 5 by 12 into values of cos x equal to minus 12 by 13 equal to 5 by 13, and values of cosec x equal to 13 by values of cosec x equal to 13 by 5. This is the end of the problem 5. We discuss the problem number 6. Problem number 6. जैसे कि sin 765 degree equal to sin 2 into 360 degree plus 45 degree. 720 plus 45. Now 2 360 degree plus 45 degree. That means this 360 again 360 and plus 45. That means sin 765 lies in first quadrant. Therefore, the value of sin 765 degree equal to sin 45 degree equal to 1 by 765 degree equal to sin 45 equal to 1 by root 2. We solve another problem. जैसे कि cot minus 15 pi by 4. Problem number 10. Cot minus 15 pi by 4. Minus 15 pi by 4 equal to minus cot 15 pi by 4. क्योंकि cot of minus x equal to minus cot x equal to minus cot 15 pi by 4. We can write 4 pi minus pi by 4 equal to cot 4 pi minus theta equal to minus cot then pi by 4. लेकिन 15 pi by 4 lies in the quadrant 15 pi by 4 equal to 15 pi by 4 pi minus pi by 4 pi minus pi by 4. This 1 pi, this 2 pi, then 3 pi, then 4 pi. 4 pi minus pi by 4 lies in the fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant is the quadrant of cos, sine, tan and cot. Fourth quadrant is the quadrant of cos x. That's why here will be another minus. That means minus and minus equal to cot pi by 4 equal to 1. Very important. Cot pi by cot minus pi 15 by 4 equal to minus cot 15 by 4, and 15 pi by 4 equal to 4 pi minus pi by 4. For solving this type problem, student keep it in mind. Very important theorem. जैसे sin 2n pi plus theta equal to sin theta, and similarly this result is true for cos, cosec and sec, and another result tan n pi plus theta equal to tan theta. We solve this problem by using this formula tan n pi plus theta equal to tan theta. And first quadrant is positive for all, second quadrant for sine and cosec, third quadrant is tan and cot, and fourth quadrant is cos and sec. Dear students, this is the end of the class. Students, हम लोग डिस्कशन किए ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक फंक्शन का डोमेन एंड रेंज, देन ग्राफ ऑफ द ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक फंक्शन, एंड लास्टली we solve various type of problem on the basis of the theorem. Now this is the end of the class.